I'm posting this video on the 4th of September because it's a date that has enormous significance in my life. It's a day of mixed emotion. It's 3 years ago to the day that my mum passed away, and it's also 3 years ago to the day that I removed alcohol from my life entirely. So how did that come about? Well, when I was in my late 30s, 38, 39, I had this growing sense that I was losing control of my relationship with alcohol and that it wasn't serving me any longer. I was waking up most days feeling physically, mentally shit, just with that guilt that I said I wasn't going to drink today and I've done it again, looking in the mirror, just asking myself, when's this going to end? When are you going to stop doing this? I didn't envisage myself in my 40s as being somebody who drank every day, and I definitely didn't want that to continue into my later life. So I felt something had to change. Between sort of the ages of 38 and 45, I'd had periods where I'd had taken a break from alcohol. You know, it was a month, maybe 2 months, even 3 months. But I always went back to it because throughout the periods when I wasn't drinking, I always felt like I was white knuckling it and that I was depriving myself of something that I felt I needed and that I liked and I wanted. And that's miserable. You know, no one wants to live a life where they feel like they're being deprived. So over that period of time, you know, around my early 40s, I started listening to a lot of podcasts, reading a lot of books, and I came across a different approach, and that was about examining my beliefs about alcohol and trying to think about it in a different way. And most of our beliefs about alcohol are established in our childhood and our teens. So for me, my parents always went to the pub on a Friday and a Sunday, so I grew up seeing, you know, alcohol being surrounded by fun, people having a great time. I didn't make the association that on a Sunday night my parents would always have an argument, or that my parents would feel shit on a Monday. It was just, I just saw it as fun. And in my teen years, it was something that helped me fit in, you know, being a bit of an awkward teenager, easy way to become part of the tribe. And those beliefs you carry around for the rest of your life. But when you're in your 40s and 50s, they're out of date. They're not relevant. But they're what's driving the behaviour to go and, oh, I'm going to have a drink. So I managed to quit alcohol entirely. Fast forward to the start of this year, and I enrolled on a diploma course in positive psychology and coaching, specialising in alcohol-free. And this has been absolutely transformative. Quitting alcohol has improved virtually every area of my life. I can honestly say that I'm happier than I've ever been. You know, I find it easy to exercise. You know, before, when I was in my 40s, I had this sense that, well, you've got to do some exercise. But most of the time, because I was carrying around this alcohol malaise, I just couldn't be arsed, couldn't be bothered to show up. And it was just like, ugh. Same with diet. You know, you have those days where you've got a hangover, you think, I just want a bacon sandwich or a fry up. You know, I do that occasionally, but you know, most of the time I'm eating a really great diet. So you get those downstream positive effects of that positive behaviour. You know, everyone knows that exercise and good diet makes you feel good, and that compounds over time. Sleep, I mean, my sleep's fantastic. Everyone thinks they sleep really well when they pass out after drinks, but we can talk about that another time, but that isn't actually the case. And then there's my relationships. I mean, my relationship with my wife is fantastic. I mean, she's delighted I don't drink anymore because she's no longer married to, you know, a petulant child, effectively, or someone who's starting an argument whenever he's had too many drinks. And then it's financial side, you know, etc., etc. I could go on all day, but I won't. But the reason I'm posting this video is that I want to help people. I want to use my diploma in coaching to help people who can relate to what I've just spoken about. And on that course, I've made a real realization in that there's 30 or 40 people on that course that I've met, and they've all got the same lived experience. They've all been attracted to that course because they've had the same life experience, and that just says to me that there's thousands of people out there. It's so common to have been through that. And I think we have this belief in this country that in order to give up alcohol, you have to be, you know, an alcoholic or have had some kind of blackout drunk moment or some rock bottom. But it's bollocks. You know, this idea that, you know, everyone's either a normal drinker having a fantastic time or they're drinking vodka at 10 a.m, you know, every morning. It's just nonsense. You know, for context, I was drinking probably about 60, 70 units a week. So a few beers most nights, twice that at the weekend. So, you know, not what you would consider a conventional alcoholic. But the benefits of removing it have been absolutely phenomenal. So the reason I'm putting this video up is I want to hear from people, who can resonate with what I'm saying. If I can help anybody just by having a conversation, no one's going to be telling you have to quit alcohol or you should take a break. Everyone's entitled to live their own life. But if what I've said is resonating and you feel like, why am I the only person who can't have a couple of drinks and put it down? It's not you. You don't have an addictive personality. There's no such thing. It's what's in your glass that's addictive. So be kind to yourself. Really sit and look at your relationship with alcohol, because if you're questioning it now, you're probably going to be doing that forever until you take some kind of action. And the best action you can take is just to speak to somebody about it. I'm going to roll out the coaching properly in a more structured way next year when I'm fully qualified. But for now, I'd love to hear and just speak to anybody who can relate to what I'm saying, because it all starts with a conversation. I appreciate this is a 6-minute video, and if you've got to the end, I'm extremely grateful. I hope you don't think it's indulgent. Thanks.